BT Moto, and in this video we're going to go over how to install velocity stacks in your Kawasaki Gen 6 or Gen 7 ZX-10R. Now to start off, we're going to start off by taking the rear seat off, and to do that we're just going to take our key here, put it in, turn and lift, and then to get this seat off we have a couple panels back here that I'll get a better angle to show you. Taking this seat off, we're going to have to remove this panel right here. Just going to have two little tabs right there, just going to pop up, and then you kind of move the seat and just fish it out. And then you have this little lock right here holding the seat on. We're just going to take the tab down here and press it over and back, and then that unlocks the seat here. So we'll remove this from behind the seat, and now you can take your seat lift up and back, and then up and out. For the rest of this video, I'm going to be showing you one side, but we are going to be taking the same panels off of both sides of the motorcycle. To do this, we're just trying to gain access to our airbox, which is sitting under this fuel tank. So we're going to start by taking these side panels off here, which is just going to be two 4mm Allens. So we'll do that now. 4mm Allen bolts removed, we can start by pulling up back here and just pushing forward towards the front of the bike. There's going to be some Velcro and other tabs behind here. We're just going to slowly work our way without pulling too hard on anything. And then once you see here, there's two rubber grommets holding this panel on, and this tab right here, which is holding on right here. So when you're taking this off, just get those two grommets out and then pull it forward towards the front of the bike until it comes off. With both side panels removed, we're going to remove this front cover next, which is just going to consist of two 4mm Allen bolts, one on this side, one on the other side. So we'll go ahead and remove those. And with the 4mm Allens removed, should be able to just gently pry up. Same thing, there's two rubber grommets sitting under this panel that are holding it on, so just gently pry up. And once those are released, you can go ahead and remove it, and we can see those two rubber grommet holes right here. Now we almost have the fuel tank off, we just have a couple more bolts to remove. So we're going to remove 8mm Allen on each side here, one on this side, one on the other, and then we have 5mm Allen bolts back here holding the fuel tank in. So we're going to remove all those, we're going to lift the fuel tank up and start removing the lines after that. Now with the fuel tank bolts removed, we're just going to come to the back of the fuel tank here, which there's this connector for the fuel pump. We're just going to take a small flathead, lift up on the tab back here, and pull. And once that is disconnected, we can leave it like that and we'll move on to the rest. So with the fuel tank all loose, we can go ahead and lift it up. And you'll see there are these two lines, evap lines, one on this side and one on the other. We're just going to go ahead and pull those out. If you can't pull them off, they have these metal clips on them. You'll just take some small pliers, squeeze those metal clips, remove it down, and then the line should come right off. Now this part's a little harder to do and show at the same time. But once you have those two lines disconnected up there, we're just going to go down here and you can see the fuel line with that brown connector. You're just going to lift up on that brown tab. It will loosen the fuel line right there, and then you go ahead and pull it out. Just make sure to put some blue cloths underneath it to catch any fuel drippage before that. And once that line is disconnected, we should have everything disconnected and we can go ahead and lift the fuel tank. And with that fuel line disconnected at the bottom there, we're welcome to lift up the front of the fuel tank, tilt it forward, and lift it up out of the bike. Now we have the fuel tank removed from the bike. This is just a closer look at that fuel line below the fuel tank. This is the brown tab. You're just going to take a small flathead or pick and just lift up on this tab, and once it's in this position, it should be loose and you should be able to pull it away from the fuel tank, and you can put it down here with some cloths to catch the extra fuel. Remove the airbox lid. What we're going to have to do is we have a bunch of Phillips head screws all the way around the airbox lid. To get to this one, what makes it a little bit easier is if you remove this Phillips head screw, you can remove this bracket or slide it out of the way, enough for you to get access to this Phillips head screw. But we just have a various amount of these around the airbox. We're just going to go ahead and remove all of those, and then we're going to take the airbox lid and just flip it over. I did end up taking one of the smaller screws out here to move this bracket out of the way to get this, as well as on this side I removed one small screw here to gain access to our bolt down there. And then I also unplugged the IET sensor up here, as well as this module over here, just to give ourselves some room. Please note there is another screw in the center down here, total of 8 holding this airbox lid on. And then once you have those 8 removed, you should be able to just lift up on the airbox lid and it should come loose. It looks like we have a couple more connectors. We're just going to move those out of the way. And once we can get the airbox lid up and over, we'll move it out of the way. Remove these modules out of the way. We're just going to take this rubber thing and kind of unfold it. And we gain access to our modules here. And they're just sitting on this bracket with these rubber tabs. So you're just going to pull out this way, kind of work them out. Same thing on this one. And being that we're just moving the airbox lid out of the way, we're just going to move these to the side for now. And then we can go ahead and lift our airbox lid to get it out of the way, which gains access to our velocity stacks right here, as well as our air filter if you're looking at changing that. Now we're going to remove the factory stacks out of the airbox, which is going to consist of 3 Phillips head screws on each set of stacks. This is one set, the other set. The other thing to note here is the orientation of the stacks. You have the taller ones in the center, and the shorter ones on the outside, which is going to be the same with the BT Moto stacks when we install those. So we're going to go ahead and remove these 3 screws now. Before we start installing our BT Moto stacks, we're going to remove these screws from the factory stacks here. The outside ones should come out fairly easy. This middle one is a little bit trickier. You see the tabs holding it in. You're just going to take a flathead or your finger or something, pull out on the tab and press up on the screw from the back here, and it should eventually pop out of that tab right there. We're going to take our BT Moto velocity stacks now and start installing them. To do so, they're labeled left and right, facing the front of the bike. So the left side will go here. You can also tell by the taller side being on the inside here. But we're just going to kind of gently insert them into these rubber pipes right here. And once they are inserted, we can go ahead and bolt them down. Just want to be careful and kind of work your way around. And then once they slide in, they should go in fairly easy. If you don't have a lot of oil build up in your airbox like this one, you can add a little bit of oil to the velocity stacks to make installing them a little easier. So just like that, once they're all nice and pressed down and seated into that cone right there, we can go ahead and start installing our bolts. Now with the bolts all down in the velocity stacks, we can tell they're nice and seated in those throttle bodies. If you're going to change the air filter, now's the time to do so, as you can just pull it up and put your new air filter on before you put your airbox lid on. We're going to go ahead and start reinstalling things in reverse order of how we took them apart. So if you get stuck at any point, just follow the video in reverse order, and then we'll get you back when it's all back together. And with the bike all back together, that is going to conclude our video on how to install stacks on your Kawasaki Gen 6 or Gen 7 ZX-10R. If you have any questions or need any help, feel free to reach out to us at btmoto.com.